Leo, things are about to get really interesting for you. So, Pluto, I'm always talking about Pluto these days. Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, the planet of death and rebirth, the planet of that rules all the deep emotions, including sex. Pluto is moving into Aquarius on November 19th. And Aquarius, as you know, is the sign opposite you. Okay. So you are going to have an opposition, both sides wanting something, okay, across from either your Leo sun, your Leo rising, or your Leo moon. Okay. So whatever's in opposition, there's always both sides want something. Right? And so, Leo, you want to function from the heart. You have a lot of joy to give. You rule the heart chakra. And you're a fire sign, a fixed fire sign. And across from you now, after November 19th, you're going to have this planet Pluto in this fixed sign of Aquarius across from you for 20 years. Okay. So you can start to have some sympathy for what all Cancers have been going through lately, because they have been dealing it with Pluto for 16 years. So now Pluto is going to be opposite you, Leo. And I think you can handle it. And I think you're going to do great things with it. Okay. So, Leo, for the month of November, we start off with the sun in Scorpio, right? And also another fixed sign. So you have what's like called a square, a 90-degree angle, okay? And so after November, up to November 21st, you're going to have that square with the sun. And the sun is your ruling planet, right? So it's interesting. Things are going to be a little bit harder at the beginning of the month just because there's more of this, okay? Where you also have a square with Uranus, the planet of, oh wow, anything can happen. Also squared with you, squared with you, because Taurus is a fixed sign and you're a fixed sign, Leo. So you've got a square with Uranus also. So you've kind of got some energy. But then when the sun moves into Sagittarius, Sagittarius is a fire sign. And some of these planets like Mercury will be in Sagittarius till the 11th. So those are trines. Those are triangles. Those are the smoother energy. Okay. So you kind of got all these push-pulls. You got squares, you got trines, but then you got this opposition that's going to begin November 19th. So get ready to be shown what doesn't work. Okay, where maybe you don't want to give your attention to anymore. The changes are going to show up and you're going to need to look at those. Okay, now you do have the planet Mars in your sign currently, and Mars is the planet of action. Mars is the co-ruler of Scorpio. So I kind of feel like I'm kind of sending you mixed messages, because you've got a lot of like smooth, okay, this can work during Sagittarius season, but then you've got this opposition with this heavy hitter Pluto, and then you have Mars in your sign that helps you get things done. So pay attention to what changes are being shown to you. Take the action that you need to take, and enjoy the trine that's going to begin with the sun, your ruling planet, after November 21st, okay? So you can get stuff done, but only like the well thought out things. There may be a few twists and turns that get thrown to you with that square with Uranus, the oh wow planet. But you are a survivor, Leo. You know how to thrive, and you've got this, okay? Now, what else? 20 years of an opposition. So it's going to be interesting time. And, some of us are born like I have my sun and my moon in opposition, right? So there's always I'm used to it now. There's a part of me that wants to show up big, and there's a part of me that wants to hide out, right? So you're going to have this opposition going on for a while, that you want to show up the way that you like to, fixed sign, right, Leo? And then across from you it says, hey, you got to make some changes here. There's new things coming in. And so these can be great things. Pluto rules other people's money. It rules combined monies, okay? So you're going to roll with the changes, and these changes will not be a guessing game. They'll be pretty, you'll be able to see it pretty clearly. Now, I did a pre-reading. I pulled a few cards in advance. This is what I got. I got the Six of Crystals here, which is traditionally the Six of Swords in this Dreamy Moons Tarot. And it really looks like she's paddling pretty hard. You're taking a lot of action. You've got Mars, the planet of action, in your sign, and going for what it is you want. All these crystals over here, right? So there's forward movement. Then I got the Five of Pentacles, which is often called the poverty mentality card. But what we do know is that the 5 is a number of change and Pentacles is anything of value. And we know that Pluto rules combined monies and other people's monies. So there's going to be some thought about money, how it's being used. This almost has travel themes, okay? And so you're going to be looking at that. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. There may be some changes. Maybe, you know, Leo, you tend to be like got a lot of humanitarian vibes. And I know like a lot of philanthropists are Leos. They want to give to what they choose. Okay. So you may be switching up what you do with your money. Now, the interesting thing was that the next card I got was also the Five of Pentacles. It's called the Five of Stars here in the Dreamy Moons. Okay, so double Five of Pentacles, Five of Stars. And really just kind of taking a pause. She's pausing and really taking a look, okay? So we really want well thought out plans. Now, I was really impressed that this is the oracle that came in. Be spirit, prosperity. So you go from 2 cards about change of finances or maybe feeling worried about finances into a reassurance that there is prosperity. Okay, be spirit. So I really like that. All right, so this is your pre-reading, okay? And I'm going to pull a few cards now live for you. Give you a live reading here, working with a few different decks. This is my new deck, the Phantom Wise Tarot, that is based on the book The Night Circus. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's fiction, but it is fabulous and such a spiritual journey. And I guess we're getting 2 here from the Phantom Wise. This is the beautiful Dreamy Moons Tarot. We do have this in stock in Kent, Connecticut, and the lovely Maria Amore introduced me to this deck. She's going to be teaching a Reiki course in December, Reiki 1 certification. I highly recommend it. Anytime you get to spend with Maria is a wonderful time. Okay, looks like you're getting 4 cards here. Okay, let's see what you got. Card number 1 is the Six of Wands, 6 of Fire. Such a Leo card. And it looks like there's cats in that's you, Leo. And so they're kind of all looking up. This is called the Rockstar card to me. It's a 6 of Wands. It's coming in under the 6 of Crystals, which is forward movement. So it looks like whatever you're doing, you're rocking it, you're being seen. They're just the way you like it, Leo. Now, your second card is the 3 of Wands. She's up in this tree, kind of looking out. Where do you want to go next? What do you want to do? Okay, who do you want to do it with? 3 of Wands. We have the 8 of Cups here, which you see somebody walking away. Okay, I do get a lot of travel themes, like you're really thinking about where you want to be going, what you want to be doing. And this is the month of November. We have a lot of planets moving into Sagittarius. It's going to trine with you. So Sagittarius is foreign travel. And so you may be thinking about that. Maybe you're a little concerned about money, but you do know that prosperity is on your side. Here's the 4 of Pentacles, which is interesting. It's like we keep getting this push-pull. It's like 4 of Pentacles is almost holding on to your money, okay? Holding on to what's of value to you. So maybe you're thinking, considering, but we did get the message that everything needs to be really well thought out. So you can think and feel and decide slowly, okay? All right, now I'm going to use this little adorable little Golden Art Nouveau tarot deck and little kind of minis or medium-sized cards here. We're going to go week by week. We're going to see what you need to know each week. That one's a jumper for week 2. Let's see what you need to know this month of November. So week 1 is a star. Okay, this card's come up a lot in a lot of the readings. This is Aquarius. Okay, so Pluto moves into Aquarius, and the star is really about like purging and pouring out what doesn't work. And so there's some things here, interesting, coming in under the Six of Wands, that maybe you don't need that limelight as much as you thought you did. But the star is on your hopes and your dreams. It's Aquarian, it's newness. So there's a lot of fresh energy coming in. And you know that this is like one of the last weeks before Pluto enters Aquarius. Okay, so you may be thinking about how that's going to affect you. But this is a beautiful card, Major Arcana, Major Secret of Life card here in week 1. Week 2, you have the Eight of Swords. So this is a card of thinking you're stuck when really you're free. Okay, so don't get too caught up in overthinking the whole Pluto and Aquarius thing, because that's just going to do what it does, okay? But it's interesting that it comes in underneath this Three of Wands, which almost feels like you want to be traveling, but you feel stuck. Give it a little time, okay? Week 3, we have the Five of Swords here. And the Five of Swords looks like there's been some kind of confrontation. Looks like some people are walking away. 5 is a number of change. You got 2 5s originally up there. So there may be some changes. I mean, we know inevitably there's going to be changes. Aquarius rules friends, large groups of people. So you may find that some friendships just are not as satisfying as they used to be. And that's okay. And it's coming in under this Eight of Cups. It shows you walking away. Okay. Now, week 4, this is Thanksgiving week. We have the Seven of Wands. There's a lot coming at you. There's a lot of irons in the fire, so to speak. There's a lot of fire energy in general towards the end of the month. And so it's like, it's coming in under this Four of Pentacles. It's almost like you can't spend your money on everything. You can't do it all. So it's like kind of choosing wisely. And I don't know, just like not everybody's opinion has to be considered. Your opinion needs to be considered the most, okay? And don't feel pressured to make decisions is kind of what I'm getting, because there's so many changes coming in that you might not want to like jump right into big decision making. Okay, so this is your month overview. Now we're going to I'm going to push these aside and we're going to work with the dice and the big bowl of charms I have up here. And we are going to throw some of these charms over this November calendar. Okay. And we're going to see what you get here. And we're going to roll these dice. See, looking for some dates for you for the month of November, power days, themes. Any of these letters, if you see somebody's name or initials, I see the word big and the word dig. I see the word gig, lid. Okay, there's an E over here. So I got a G-I-D, B-L-R-G, I-A-U-E. Okay, so let's see. We got one more letter up here, which is an N. So, looks like a lot of activity like through October, through the first, the last weekend on Halloween. You have a symbol. I think this is St. Anthony. And you got the word bid. Okay. All right. Now you've got a symbol for Jesus over here on the 9th. They got a lot of activity on the 3rd of November. The word letter L, R. On Monday the 4th, you have the number 8, which I guess is a phase of the moon here. The number 4 here on the 4th. So you got a lot of 4s, 8s here on Monday the 4th. And it looks like the week's kind of clear till we have Jesus on the 9th there and a G on the 10th. Also the 11th, this is, I think, a symbol for Mary. So we got Jesus and Mary and a G. On the 12th, we have a turtle. And the 13th, the letter I. On the 18th, the letter U and A. Okay, so a lot of activity there on the 18th and the letter E on the 23rd. 23rd, Saturday the 23rd. Let's see what we rolled here. Sagittarius, Jupiter, Sagittarius, 9th house. So that's all Sagittarius energy. So Jupiter, the planet of luck, blessings, and expansion, currently in the sign of Gemini. We rolled Sagittarius, and we rolled 9th house, which is Sagittarius's house. So you got like straight across the board Sagittarius energy. So enjoy when Venus is in Sagittarius for the beginning of the month, okay, until about the 11th when it moves into Capricorn. Then the sun moves in, your ruling planet moves into Sagittarius on the 21st. So I see a lot of spark here, a lot like the word big, the word LG, large. And that's what Jupiter is. It's large. We actually spelt the letter large, Large. Interesting. So you got big, large, a symbol for large, and all these planets saying large. So this is symbols for travel. This is also very spiritual energy. Sagittarius questions everything and wants to think big. All right. So you may be, so the spiritual tones, you got Jesus and Mary. All right. And I do think that there's some travel coming up, but I think you got to choose really wisely and decide. I just saw the name Dublin. I saw the word Dublin. Is it even here? Dubli. I don't think it's even there, but I saw it. Okay. So maybe there's something with Ireland. Maybe there's something that you've been planning a trip. But you definitely want to think about it, but also not overcommit. Make sure that the money is ready to be spent on those things, or maybe it's a future plan. Okay. See the word glue also. Glue. And the word blue. Okay. Interesting. All right. Now I'm going to give you, this was kind of off the board here, was TA, which is not a term for the airport terminal. I don't know why. TA, is that something with travel? It's also the Appalachian Trail, AT. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that down at the bottom here. I also got, this was another thing that was off the board, and it really reminds me of an island, which Ireland's on an island, isn't it? Okay. All right, so maybe you are traveling out of country. You also got European Union, EU, and okay. All right. Well, that's all I got for there. So let me give you some power days. Okay. So you basically just rolled Sagittarius right across the board. So let's see when the moon is in the sign of Sagittarius in November. Well, we have the moon moves into Sagittarius. Well, we have the new moon on Friday the 1st, which is in Scorpio. But then on Saturday the 2nd, we have the moon moving into, I'm sorry, that's Mercury moving into Sagittarius. The moon moves into Sagittarius on the 3rd, which is where we had this L and this R. So at 1:19 a.m. on the 3rd, which is also the day your Mars moves into your sign of Leo. Okay, so really big day on the 3rd. Into the 4th, into the 5th until 10:17 a.m. All right, this is really powerful energy for you. And you did roll Jupiter. Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini, so I'm going to give you extra days of 16th, really late, 2:09 in the morning, through the 17th and through the 18th. And the 18th was where you had the U and the A also. So I'm kind of feeling like those are important dates for you also. Looks like really interesting times for you, Leo. A lot of change, a lot of power, and it seems like a lot of travel. So have a fabulous November.